I want this movie to smack my wiener around and maybe twist my titties, spit in my mouth. Hello. Today, we're going to be talking about the Formula One movie. I guess I'm not really going to talk about it because I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to see it in about 12 minutes. I'm a big Formula One fan. I watch every practice, every qualifying, every race. I'm not expecting something deep. I'm not expecting Brad Pitt to give some Oscar-winning performance. I'm expecting this movie to be a spectacle. It's not heavy on substance. They're probably going to ignore a lot of Formula One regulations and rules and things, but I'm expecting lots of nuts to butts action, some crazy ground level Formula One car racing shots, since they're racing on actual tracks during actual weekends using actual cars. Granted, the cars that they're going to be racing are Formula 2 cars that are outfitted as a Formula 1 car, but that's deep into the weeds. It doesn't matter. I'm expecting it to be a spectacle. I want this movie to smack my wiener around and maybe twist my titties, spit in my mouth, just the simple things in life, rock my world a little bit. Heavy on the action, heavy on the shots, and very light on anything that really matters. It is a 2.5 hour long movie, so they're probably going to try and shoehorn in a meaningful story, but I'm not sure that's the point of the movie. I'm very excited for it.
3 hours later.
Well, I didn't get at all what I thought I was going to get from the movie. My prostate didn't get tickled, and if anything, I probably left a little blue-balled. I gotta say I'm a little disappointed. This will be spoiler-free. I'll do spoilers near the end sometime. Probably, I'll do the spoilers at this timestamp, but until then, it's gonna be spoiler-free. If you really want a good Formula One movie, this is not gonna be the movie you go back to. If you want a really good Formula One movie, you're gonna go back and watch Rush, which, if you haven't watched Rush, it is genuinely one of the best movies ever made, and it just also so happens to be about Formula One. Sonny Hayes, Brad Pitt, is a retired-ish ex-Formula One driver who's just kind of doing side quests. We open up to him doing the 24 Hours of Daytona, running in a Porsche GT3 car. He does Le Mans, he does NASCAR, he just does things that he wants. And Javier Bardem comes up and offers him a role as a driver for his Formula One team who's failing. They're going on their third year, Apex GP, and if they don't secure a victory, the board of directors is going to force a sale because that is what was inside of the contract when he bought the team. And he thinks that Sonny Hayes can help bring them a win. The movie opens up immediately and sets the tone so perfect. We see Sonny Hayes running the 24 Hours of Daytona. He's driving a Porsche GT3 car. You immediately see some wild, boots on the ground level, wheel-to-wheel combat action racing. He's outbraking a BMW, he's overtaking, he's splitting between two cars. You see some hypercars running behind him because that's what happens in the 24-hour series. There's hypercars, there's LMP cars, I think, and then there's GT3 cars. So all of that is really neat. You see the cars brake, the brake discs light up, he slides, goes off, the driver goes off into the grass, hops the curb, and because of that, wheels get dirty, tires get dirty, doesn't get as much traction coming back on the track, so Sonny can overtake. Very, very cool. It's the attention to detail, the first 5 or 6 minutes, just nuts to butts action. Wonderful. I'm sitting in my seat thinking that this is what the movie is going to be. It's going to be 2 hours of this just constant, on track, banging wheels, and it's not. The racing scenes are phenomenal. The cinematography, the angles that they get, they really show you how fast Formula One cars get, even though technically it's a Formula 2 car, not Formula One. All that is really neat. You get this above the head shot of the car. You get this 3D, this 360 cam that's underneath the halo that shows the forward view, and then we'll whip around and show you half of the driver and half of the track behind, and it's all on-track racing. All of the on-track action stuff is very, very good. It's sensationalized sometimes, it's dramatized, it's a movie, right? Obviously, there has to be some kind of element of Hollywood in this. I understand that. That's not the complaint. The complaint comes when everything else. There's this beef between rookie Josh Pierce and Sonny Hayes as he comes in to drive, and they make Joshua Pierce so over the top, so caricaturish, cartoony, immature. But there's a point where he wrecks out of a race and immediately starts just posing for the media. Could that happen behind the scenes in Formula One? Sure. If you are a Formula One fan, the first 30-ish, 35 minutes are very neat. There's lots of I don't even know if they call it Easter. There's just lots of Easter eggs. Like, Will Buxton pops up at some point. Like, you hear Martin Brundle and David Croft commenting and announcing the races. You see Toto Wolff walking down the pit. You see Gunther Steiner, but that novelty wears off. We also hear Martin Brundle say something about it's a risky move going around Magnussen because he's going to close the door quick on a clumsy move, which is so funny because that is 100% true, and they actually put that into the movie. Very neat. A solid 25 to 30 minutes of this movie is setting up Sonny Hayes and this woman's love interest, and it's just unnecessary. The movie could have been cut down to like 210, 205 if they would have just cut around the unnecessary fat, just trim it. I should have taken notes when there was the F1 movie premiere and all the Formula One drivers went to that night and they came out and were asked about their thoughts, and it was not great. I'm gonna see if I can find that real quick. This is the one that I resonate with Alex Albon. He says, and I quote, "I think if you're a true F1 fan, you're gonna laugh a few times. There are a few things like Easter eggs in there, which I think they've done really well. And I think if you appreciate racing and you are involved in motorsport, you really understand little things." He's right. There's too much drama, too much beef back and forth. Everybody's fighting with everybody. Like, Javier Bardem at some point is fighting with Sonny. Brad Pitt, Sonny, is fighting with the woman. Brad Pitt is fighting with Josh Pierce. All right, spoils. We're doing spoils. This is taking too long. We're gonna do spoils. The goal is to win a race. Oh, shocker. The very last turn, basically, the last lap of the last race at the end of the movie. Oh, shocking. Apex wins. But Apex, for 3 years, scored 0 points. And then miraculously, they get one upgrade and they're just the best car on track. Impossible. There's this wreck where Josh Pierce hits a curb and ends up like 30 feet in the air, spinning and lands in the trees. Just goofy. There's also a point, this made me giggle because it's just so over the top. They're in the simulator and they say, "Oh my God, he's done it. He found half a second." What? If you don't follow racing, half a second doesn't seem like a lot, but when they say that, they mean per lap. In a race, could be 55 laps. So half a second over 55 laps is 27 and a half seconds. By Sonny Hayes coming in and racing in the sim for a day, he made the car 27 and a half seconds quicker, just like that? No, absolutely not. And again, this is the nitty gritty. Sonny wrecks. The movie should just be called Wrecked, by the way. Every single race, Sonny wrecks. Sonny is a dangerous, awful driver who puts people at risk. There's one race where he wrecks 3 times on purpose, and the FIA just lets him keep racing. He would have been black flagged and like just suspended. There's a red flag. They need to fix his rear wing. They need to fix his right rear suspension, and they need to change tires. Under a red flag, you're allowed to change any part on the car as long as it's the same spec part. The red flag was 10 minutes long. They convinced people that they could get an entire rear wing and the entire suspension parts and tires changed in 10 minutes. You're not changing all those parts in 10 minutes and getting the car ready to go out on a formation lap. I understand the spectacle of it, but I expected a big spectacle, like a racing spectacle. And instead what we got was some racing intertwined with interpersonal drama. It is not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. I have to make that clear because I am kind of dogging on it. The racing scenes themselves, very good. Like, that's what the movie is all about, but it overstayed its welcome. I think the movie peaked about halfway in, and from the last half of the movie, I was just itching for it to be over, which is sad. I love going into movies not knowing anything. I don't watch trailers, don't usually read reviews, I don't go on IMDb, I don't go to like Reddit mega threads or anything. And I haven't been disappointed in a movie like this in quite a while. I was ready for it to be done. Racing is the vessel to get to the drama instead of the other way around. It should be the talkings between people should be the vessel to get right back in the car and we just race. And we didn't, it's the other way around. It was not focused on the racing. It was focused on the behind the scenes drama of the team, the behind the scenes drama of the people. Everything is telegraphed. The love story happened exactly as I expected. Like the Javier Bardem said, like the corporate espionage happened exactly like I expected. They won the last race exactly as expected. They keep the team exactly as expected. It's just, if you just take the racing and maybe some of like the pit lane drama during the race weekend, the movie could have been an hour and 45. It was an extra like 45 minutes of kind of just nothingness. It's not a movie I'll ever rewatch. It's not a bad movie. If you're a Formula One fan, you're gonna find it probably silly and good at times, and then everything else is just kind of meh. If you're going in just wanting to watch a movie, you'll probably be surprised, but you'll probably still think, God, this is a long movie. I do not think F1, the movie, is nearly as good as critics are saying it is. It's okay. It's all right.